Hello, everybody, and welcome to an hour of Devastation flashback draft here on the channel. I am so excited to bring this to you because this was the set where it all began. This is the first set that I ever made content for, the first time I ever streamed, so I'm really excited to bring you this hour of Devastation content. If you do enjoy the video and you've been enjoying my content, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel to join our community here on YouTube, click that bell so you don't miss any future videos, leave a comment if you have any questions, and if you want to catch me streaming live, follow me on twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. This is actually a fantastic pack. Ramanap Excavator is a pretty solid rare, but it's nowhere near as good as this Sand Strangler. Sand Strangler is one of the best uncommons in the set. You can get some deserts relatively easily, and it ends up being a Flame Tongue Kavu as a 3/3 instead of a 4/2, but still a fantastic card. After that, Oasis Ritualist is one of the best green commons. I think I would probably take it over the Ramanap Excavator because it does enable some pretty fantastic shenanigans when you can exert it. And then after that, I would probably go Ramanap Excavator, Unquenchable Thirst for some removal, and then Aven of Enduring Hope, though they're all pretty solid here. All those cards are fine options. Okie doke. Next up, Struggle to Survive. This card is fantastic. I don't understand. I mean, I guess they took the rare out of the pack, but Struggle is just fantastic red removal. Dealing damage equal to the number of lands is amazing. And the Aftermath ability can sometimes be relevant, but generally you're just going to be using the Struggle half as really efficient removal. We're already following up a very good red card, so I'm really happy to get that here. If this card were not in the pack, Sinuous Striker is pretty good as just a Eternalized card. I do like Oasis Ritualist. Red-blue is a really good color combination, so getting into red-blue is preferable, but I think Oasis Ritualist is also a solid pickup here. I think Sinuous Striker is really good, though. Doomfall is like only mediocre. But yeah, I'm going to definitely be slamming Struggle to Survive. This is one of the best uncommons in the set for removal. And then after that, if I was really pressed, I'd probably take Sinuous Striker over the Oasis Ritualist. One thing with Sinuous Striker is you can even kill it off if you want. You can just shoot it, like use its ability a couple times, kill it, so you can Eternalize it and make it even bigger. Okie doke, what do we have here? Well, there is a desert if I wanted to use my Sand Strangler. The desert synergies are quite good, so getting deserts is generally just something you want to be doing. Lethal Sting is a really good removal spell, so I like that. Uncage the Menagerie, I seem to remember being pretty solid, but it is really relatively expensive. You usually do this to get 3 drops for 5 mana. Or you can use it to get something really powerful. We have just passed 2 Oasis Ritualists. Supreme Will is also pretty good. There is an Instance and Sorceries theme in red-blue, and red-blue is quite good as well as a color combo. I think it's between Lethal Sting, Supreme Will, Unquenchable Thirst, and Ibnu Rivulet. I think I'm just going to take the Supreme Will. I really like this card. The Kenra Scrapper is also pretty solid. Honestly, this is a tricky pick. I think the Unquenchable Thirst needs a few deserts before I'm willing to take it pretty highly. So I think I'm going to take the Supreme Will here. It's just a pretty nice, effective card. And blue is flowing. Aerial Guide is very, very good. This is like the first time this effect was printed, though there's also a Desert of the Indomitable. We have been seeing some green. I would like to play red-blue, though, if at all possible, because red-blue is a great combination. Aerial Guide is quite powerful as well. And we've seen like several Unquenchable Thirsts. The Desert of the Indomitable is really good. It works well with the Sand Strangler. And the deserts are just all very good in this set. Cycling on a land is just very powerful. But I really like getting those blue cards. Blue-red is one of my favorite combinations in this set. There was actually a joke on the channel in its early days that I would always like kind of force red-blue, and this card is great. And then Sinuous Striker is also pretty good, Unquenchable Thirst. So we're definitely seeing some nice blue signals, so definitely fine picking this up. After that, I would probably take Sinuous Striker just to keep myself red-blue, and then I'd take Desert of the Indomitable. Though if this was pack 1 pick 1, I'd probably just take the Desert. Cunning Survivor is mediocre. We're definitely just jamming Desert of the Fervent. This is a super late desert. Really good pickup here for us. It works well with Sand Strangler. Makes sure we don't flood out. Overall, incredibly happy to see this card. If this weren't in the pack, we would be pretty sad. We'd probably end up taking Frontline Devastator, which isn't super great. Wretched Camel would be maybe okay. Not a huge fan of Saving Grace. So yeah, this pack would be pretty weak. Maybe we'd take Dauntless Aven. This card's pretty solid. But yeah, definitely just jamming the Desert of the Fervent here. Addressing your question, Recon by Fire. I don't think the card is insane, but I've definitely had decks where it's good. I think it's worth playing a copy of it in a lot of decks, but it's not like a high priority, so if you don't get it, then you don't really have to pick it very highly. Really happy to see this desert. Unsummon's a great card. There is a black desert, and we have been seeing some black signals, I will say. White-black is a zombies color combination, just if you're wondering what all the zombies are about. This black desert is actually super late. I'm really happy to take deserts when I see them. I think they're quite good. This card was mediocre. The desert is really the best card in the pack by a decent margin, but getting an unsummon is quite valuable as well. It works well with our Sand Strangler. You can rebuy that effect. You can protect your own creatures. But yeah, I think this is an unsummon, and then I'd probably just speculate on the desert. Overall, I'm super excited to be back in the set. It's really great. Getting a desert is such a good pickup. Endless Sands. So basically, this is really funny, a little thing from the set. LSV by the end of the format was calling this card Cryptic Command. It really is quite good because you can cycle it, so that's like the card draw part of Cryptic Command, and then it just counters like basically anything you want in the late game. Endless Sands is okay. It works well because I have a Sand Strangler. I might wheel some of those Unquenchable Thirsts, and it can protect my creatures from removal, which is all very powerful stuff. It works well with some of my things. I think the Countervailing Winds is something that I'd be interested in. There's a late Lethal Sting. I think I'm just going to take the Endless Sands and maybe play it as an 18th land. It protecting my creatures is pretty nice. I do like Countervailing Winds, though. Seer of the Last Tomorrow, not really a card you play in this format. I'll probably just take the Moaning Wall. Maybe black ends up being more open. It has seemed very open already, but we've just been seeing some good red and blue cards, so we've been taking those. That Endless Sands pick is close, but I think Countervailing Winds is the type of card you don't need too many copies of. It is a very good card, though. This is just going to be good, especially if I didn't have Sand Strangler, I wouldn't be taking the Endless Sands there. I'll tell you that much. This card's pretty good. It just blocks everything you care about, and we're not going to be playing this year. Strategic Plan. Ooh, Firebrand Archer came back. That's actually huge. This card is really good in the red-blue aggressive deck. The red-blue deck plays as a tempo deck. This just gives you some nice reach. Really happy to get a Firebrand Archer here over a Strategic Planning. Vizier of the True is also pretty good, but not really going to be something I pick up. It works really well because there are untap effects in the format. But yeah, Firebrand Archer is a great pickup. And now there's an Aven Reedstalker. We're not going to need a Beyond the Sands. I think we'll just take the Defiant Kenra in case we need a 2-drop. So maybe it's better to just get the Aven Reedstalker, because maybe people won't play around it. I think we'll prioritize just getting a 2-drop for if we need that. Wow, late Uncage the Menagerie. I think we'll take... I don't think we're ever playing Proven Combatant. Granitic Titan's okay. It's not insane, but you know, all the cycling cards are just generally pretty good because they give you optionality, so we'll probably play that. And now another black card in case we open something. Okay, I'm ready. Our deck is looking pretty good. We did get 2 lands, so we can probably play 18 lands in this deck, which is really nice because this kind of functions as a pseudo spell. This can be cycled if we're flooding out. We've got one of the premium 2-drops for the deck. We've got a Sand Strangler, Struggle to Survive. Wow, this card is so good. Just out in there. This is tricky. Dream Stealer is pretty good. It works really well with pump spells. It comes back as a terrifying threat. I don't think it's worth moving into a second color, though, so I think Burning Fist Minotaur is going to be the pick here as just another really good 2-drop for this deck. Its threat of activation is terrifying. There's not a ton of ways to like punish 1 toughness creatures in this set, and this does get through like any 1 X's. That might be scary. So I think we're just going to take the Burning Fist Minotaur. Be pretty happy about that. After that, we'd probably take Sinuous Striker or Countervailing Winds. Other cards in this pack, I think Frilled Sandwall is solid. Aven of Enduring Hope is quite good as well. This is like the most aggressive deck in the format, or one of the best ones. I think Green-White was also pretty aggressive. Green-White Exert, using cards like Dauntless Aven so you could exert constantly. But Burning Fist Minotaur is a pretty good uncommon, and we're pretty happy to get that. Vizier of the Anointed. Put that card in our graveyard, yeah. This is a pretty good build around for like a blue-white deck. There are some blue-white decks that play a lot of Eternalized creatures. Quarry Beetle is fantastic. You can oftentimes just ramp yourself up, fix your mana. Firebrand Archer is great. I would really like to get this. The last one wheeled. So maybe I can scoop up an Unquenchable Thirst here, but I think we just need to get the Firebrand Archer. It's such a key card for the deck, and Unquenchable Thirst is not insane. It looks really good. but it functions a little bit worse than that when you don't have a ton of deserts, and we only have 2. It's going to be hard to get a few more, and we couldn't wheel this Kindled Fury and maybe play that. I would really like to get an Unquenchable Thirst, but scooping up the Firebrands is going to be a key to success here, I think. Crash Through is going to be good. Blur of Blades. Going to be pretty solid as well. Imaginary Threats. Yeah, I never really liked Imaginary Threats, if I'm being honest. Desert's Hold is fantastic. This pack is actually really good. The Quarry Beetle is pretty good. Desert's Hold is good. Imaginary Threats was a card I never played, but a lot of people liked it. Crash Through is probably going to wheel. We can just probably take Kenra Scrapper here. Get a nice 3-drop that can attack pretty well. Fits into our tempo aggressive deck. And we'll probably wheel Strategic Planning or Blur. Blur is the type of card you'll play like 1 copy of, but never like be too thrilled to have it. But with all these triggers, Crash Through is probably going to be good in our deck. Another Aerial Guide. Ooh, Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs is actually really good. Hopefully people don't realize how good this card is and it wheels maybe. But this card is actually pretty good in the set. It just pings every turn. And there's a lot of deserts, so you can get those types of synergies. We are going to take the Aerial Guide here. We just want to have more of those flyers, get our Firebrand Archers into the air so they can attack. That's really a key for the deck, is getting some evasion. We have some Firebrand Archers for some pinging already. This deck is really coming together, and I'm really liking the way it's turning out. Hope Tender is a pretty good card as well. Wall is definitely better than you think it is. Oketra's Last Mercy is just not very good. I didn't mention it last time. I never loved Thorned Moloch, but it's really hard to block it when your opponent attacks him with that. So we got the Aerial Guide. Dunes of the Dead, not really a card I like to play. The colorless part is just really painful, but I do like Puncturing Blow. Magmaroth is solid as well, but it's not like insane or anything. The fact is, it's going to sometimes shrink, and you're not going to be able to control it. We do want to get this removal spell, though. Like, you want to go 2-drop, 3-drop removal spell. Another Unsummon wouldn't be too bad. Wall would probably be solid, but probably hoping to maybe wheel a Wall. But Puncturing Blow is going to be fantastic for this deck. And now Unquenchable Thirst is a pretty solid pickup, maybe. Gilded Celadon is okay, but we don't have the stuff to support it, really. And we do really want... I think an Unquenchable Thirst would be quite nice. It can help stop them from racing. It triggers our Firebrand Archers. We do have 2 deserts. We haven't gotten an absurd number of deserts, unfortunately, but we can always get a little bit more of those, hopefully. Strategic Planning. I don't know. I forget whether there were deserts in Amonkhet. I don't think there were. So maybe we don't. I think we'll just take that because it's like okay as a removal spell. It's not like great or anything. Strategic Planning is solid as well, just because we have the Firebrands. Ooh, we got a Bloodwater Entity. This is great. We have a few instants and sorceries that we care about. We have the Struggle to Survive, Puncturing Blow, Unsummon, Supreme Will. Overall, just some pretty good targets for our Bloodwater Entity to put on top. It's flying, prowess threat, really exactly what we want. I wouldn't mind a Strategic Planning at this point because we do have a lot of cards that care about that sort of thing. This pack is kind of a blank for us, so I guess we'll take the Dauntless Aven. What wield? Nothing that we really care about. There's an Aven Reed Stalker. Maybe we'll just take that. Proven Combatant is sometimes okay, but I don't really want to play that, so I guess we'll take the Reed Stalker. Kindled Fury can definitely be solid, especially with double Firebrand Archer. Strategic Planning, we got one of those. I'm really happy about that. Okay, our deck is looking great. This is our deck after 2 packs. I'm glad we took that Endless Sands now because we really needed those deserts. Sand Stranglers are not a lot less impressive as a 4-mana 3/3. We did take all the deserts we could, so I'm not like unhappy. Whew. I'm liking the way this deck is looking. Hopefully we can cut this Aven Reed Stalker. Wow, this card is really good, but obviously we have to take this Deem Worthy. Oh, but there's also a Magma Spray. Magma Spray is a fantastic card in this set. Magma Spray was like the best common in Triple Amonkhet, and it stayed really good in Hour of Devastation. Slitherblade was like part of like a kind of neat combo. You would sometimes play Slitherblade decks where you just had a bunch of Slitherblades. This could actually be a decent Slitherblade deck. We have like some pretty nice aggressive tools and evasion. Defiant Great Maw is a pretty good card. That was in it was called Riddle form, and it was in Hour of Devastation, Paletero Man 8. So Deem Worthy is really good. It's like a value card, but Magma Spray is just cheap, efficient. Oh man. I think it's definitely between these two cards. I'm leaning towards just taking the cheaper spell. Keeping my curve low. And now there's a Vizier of Tumbling Sands. Essence Scatter is great. Fanbear was really good. I don't really want to play Painted Bluffs, but I might have to play one. Vizier of Tumbling Sands, more of a ramp card, not really for my color combo. Hazard's Favor is unplayable. Compulsory Rush is pretty good. Flameblade Adept is okay. Nimbleblade Kenra is a card you can play in a pinch, but we're just going to take the Essence Scatter. Works well, get ahead, stay ahead type card. Wow, it's good to be back. I wish we'd gotten another desert or two, but we might just end up like, ugh. We did first pick the Sand Strangler and like just didn't see the deserts. We needed to support it as well. I'm glad we got the Endless Sands though. With 2 deserts, it's still going to be a solid card because the games it's on, it's going to be great. I think if we were more mid-rangey, value-oriented deck, Magma Spray would probably not be the pick. Ooh, this card is sweet. I don't think we're going to take it, but it is sweet. These cards are great. Cartouche of Ambition is really good in the set because it's a very, especially in Triple Amonkhet, it was really good because the set was so aggressive. So you'd kill something, make your card big, and attack them. Cartouche of Strength is one of the best green commons. New Perspectives is super sweet. Refills your hand. I think Pursue Glory is probably the pick. Talk Elite was quite good. This card wasn't super good either. Hakma Sentinels was pretty solid. Honestly, we could just take a Slitherblade, but we kind of would like ways to augment the Slitherblade, and we don't really have that. We could just take New Perspectives as a way to refill our game plan late in the game. 6 mana draw 3 is not embarrassing. I guess it's kind of embarrassing. I guess we'll just take a Slitherblade on the off chance that we want to end up in that type of deck. Tormenting Voice is going to be okay in this deck. I don't love Decision Paralysis. Bitterblade Warrior is great. Vanbearer is great, but we're not in that really archetype. Oh, right. If we could get this card into the graveyard, it'd be really good. The Earth part's really the payoff there. Onward, yeah, not really the card you want. I think we'll just take Tormenting Voice. Gives us some triggers. It's not really a great card for us, though. Scribing the Mindful is a bit too slow for us, though. And we don't really want Decision Paralysis. True Heart Twins. +1/+0. I love Thresher Lizard. That card's pretty sweet. Ring to Mind was also a really fun card. But that's not for our type of deck. Hooded Brawler, Bitterblade Warrior, both really good. I think we'll just take a Toss Crop Skirmisher, though. I loved Wing Shepherd, too. There's a bunch of sweet cards, just not for our deck. True Heart Twins is pretty good. Maybe we'd rather have that. Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's just get another 2-drop. This card's good, but we're not really in that spot. Seeker of Insight was actually really good. Pretty happy to get that. There's also a Honed Kopesh. So maybe we're supposed to take that to augment our Flyers and our Slitherblade. I guess, how many non-creatures do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this card is going to be on a lot of the time. We're more of an aggressive deck. Let's just... And also Emberhorn Minotaur is great. Let's just take the Emberhorn Minotaur. The Honed Kopesh should wheel. Nobody else will want that. Another Slitherblade. Illusory Wrappings making them able to still block is really rough. Destined Delete is fantastic. It's just like a lure. They have to block it, and then you just like make the creature indestructible. So it's like unreal. It's pretty good. Slitherblade number 2. There's probably another one wheeling. You really wanted ways to augment them, though. Like True Heart Twins. Like attack all in. I think Illusory Wrappings is probably the pick. We have a few Flyers. Though I really don't like Illusory Wrappings. I think we'll just take a True Heart Twins. Failure. Return target spell. So it's like a bounce thing, yeah. And none of these are playable for us, so we'll just take the Cycler. Slitherblade Wield. I think we'll just take a Top Crop Skirmisher, though. We don't really have the tools to support multiple Slitherblades anyway. Nimbleblade Kenra. Consuming Fervor could do a lot of damage, but I think I guess we don't really need it. Yeah, we'll take it. We have a lot of ways to trigger it. Pursue Glory is actually pretty good for us. We can definitely get rid of the Avon Reed Stalker here. This is a 3-drop count like thing. We'll hate draft the Dune Beetle. I never really was a fan of playing the Slitherblades because you kind of had to just draw them immediately. We have 2 Top Crop Skirmishers, a couple Firebrand Archers. I think this deck is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay. What do we want to cut? I think we can probably run 17 lands even though our curve is really low. We're going to cut the Tormenting Voice for sure. Probably Nimbleblade Kenra. Unquenchable Thirst isn't great in our deck because we're kind of an aggressive deck and this doesn't keep the creature out of the way. I think Strategic Planning's alright. Gives us some selection. Kindled Fury can be good as well. I think the Sand Strangler has enough upside to be worth it with only 2 deserts even. True Heart Twins. Oh, I guess this gives us 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 13 creatures here. I could see playing Nimbleblade Kenra. I could also see playing Slitherblade. I just don't really want to play Slitherblade. I don't think it's very good. I think you kind of have to build an all-out Slitherblade deck for it to be good, which is more of a triple Amonkhet thing than an Hour of Devastation thing. I could see playing this Unquenchable Thirst. Like they're trying to race me, I play Unquenchable Thirst. Tormenting Voice isn't really a spectacular card. We can also just play 18 lands. Helps with our color requirements, and this is kind of like gives you some extra tools. Maybe that's just best. Like, would I rather play a land or a Tormenting Voice? Tormenting Voice triggers both my Firebrand Archers, my Bloodwater Entity. Yeah. So I think we can just go 8-8-1. Let's sort by color. Yeah, 8-8-1. So this is a red card too. But we have a lot of blue 2-drops, so 8-8-1 would be the split. Getting a Tormenting Voice in there, or a Kenra. I think we'll just go 9-8-1 maybe, and play 18 lands. This Endless Sands gives you kind of a mana sink. But we don't really use our mana all that well. So let's just play 8-8-1 and slot in the Tormenting Voice for some extra triggers. Yep, and then we'll add 8 and 8. Oh, that's 17, so we'll go 7-8-1 because we have the desert. I wouldn't play this desert, but I have the Sand Strangler, so I really want a second thing. Yep, this deck looks pretty good to me. I'm excited to see how it plays out, and I hope you stay with me for the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to take a brief moment to shout out all of my patrons over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, especially those who support at the credits level. And I do want to say that if you've been enjoying my content and are looking for a way to give back, even $1 a month unlocks some pretty cool rewards and helps me continue making high quality videos on a consistent basis. So for more information, be sure to check it out at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. But without further ado, let's get to the matches. Make the one change. I added the extra mountain for the Tormenting Voice. Let's see how it works out, and this is a fantastic hand. We are on the play. We don't currently have any creatures, but we have the Sand Strangler with a desert to really bring the pain, as they say. We'll play the turn 1 mountain into the island, get that strategic planning rolling. Ideally, we'd be getting a couple triggers with this, but we can get it back with a Bloodwater entity or something. Definitely going to take the Granitic Titan here. Don't need all that many lands. I would have loved a couple more cycling deserts. That would have been ideal. Boom, that's a really good draw. We'll play the Firebrand Archer. Hopefully they do not have give a creature a counter, -1/-1 counter, but we're definitely still playing this Firebrand Archer. Hail of Blades or something it's called. There's definitely ways to kill it. Oh, they're just cycling a desert. Oh, what's it like, opponent? What is it like? Like, if we play land and killed our guy with Sand Strangler, it's just like game over. Yeah, this is disgusting. Like, this is why Sand Strangler's the best uncommon in the set. Yes, I would like to use that ability. And now if they play a thing that dies to Magma Spray, we just Magma Spray, wreck them, or if we can use our Kindled Fury. They probably have a Sand Strangler, yeah. Ugh. We could have had our Endless Sands to protect. Let's attack. If they block, we can Kindled Fury. Player lands, we're almost at Gravitic Titan. Okay, sure. We can Magma Spray that. And we'll just hold up Supreme Will as a counterspell. And this is where we just have to hold the line for one turn. Hope they can't kill it. And now we have our counterspell up. All is well. All is well. All is bright. We have them on a 2-turn clock. Our Endless Sands can even protect our creatures. Ooh. There's a green splash. Got him. So they've got some deserts. A green splash for Bitter Bow Sharpshooters, which is odd, but that card was pretty solid. They have a couple deserts. Okay, what do we want here? So Aven Reed Stalker's not great. Unquenchable Thirst could be okay. Slither Blade maybe. What seems bad? But do we have any expensive 3 toughness guys? I guess him, but he's good enough that he's worth playing, even with the risk. They know about the Kindled Fury now, but I think it's still worth playing. Let's just run it back. On the draw, we could probably cut a land and not have it go too badly. But we do have 2 lands that function as spells to some degree, so we're all good. I'm excited for game 2. Blue-red is such a fun combination in this set because it plays as like a tempo deck. And does just really fun stuff. Opponent still deciding what to do. I guess this is as good a time as any if you are currently watching the video and you haven't already. Be sure to join the NicolaiBolas community Discord server. If you do use Discord, it's free to join. Anybody can join. It's real fun. We have chat rooms for deck building, card discussions, recaps on your drafts, all sorts of fun stuff. Also, yeah, oh, perfect. The game has begun. Oh, yes. Definitely keeping this. I don't think we're going to play the Desert of the Fervent. Okay, maybe we are. I think we'll wait on it, though. We'll wait one more turn. Because if we draw a mountain, then we don't really need this Desert of the Fervent. So let's just be patient. We will get punished if our top crop skirmishers can't attack for a turn, but that's the price you pay for progress sometimes. Because if we had drawn like a mountain instead of one of those spells, then we would have really been happy that we kept this desert. Sure. I think... So we're definitely going to attack. Because we want to play this Emberhorn Minotaur next turn, but if we play Emberhorn Minotaur, it exposes us to Sand... whatever its name is. Sand... you know what I'm talking about. Sand Kavu. Sand Strangler, that's his name. So there's a little bit of should we play it because it just dies. It is like the only card that really gets wrecked. So we could just bait with our top crop skirmisher, hope they play their sand trawler thing. I don't think we really have enough on board to start holding up Essence Scatter. I mean, obviously holding up the Magma Spray would have worked out better for us in this particular situation, but you can't always have it work out perfectly. I think we'll wait because we can maybe get something a little bit more expensive with Essence Scatter. They could also miss a land drop. Overall, I'm just in favor of getting it down. Oh, paid off in spades. Oh, please go for a combat trick opponent. Please. Oh, yes. And now we get to hold up our Essence Scatter. This was the combat trick I was hoping they'd have. We will use our Bloodwater Entity because then we can continue holding up Essence Scatter. Again, no reason to expose our Emberhorn because if they could have easily have Sand Trawler. We know they have 6 of their. There's like 17 spell. There's 23 spells in a deck, and they have like a quarter of them in their hand. So there's no reason to lower the curtain. I mean the shades, not the shades. What am I even saying? Boom! Got the win with blue-red, my favorite archetype in the set, and I'll see you in the second round. Welcome to round 2. On the draw, this is definitely a keep, but it's not one that I'm super happy about because we do need a little bit of help with this hand. And Proven Combatant is not what I wanted to see. That was a good draw, though. That was a good draw. We obviously would want one of our 2 deserts, preferably the Cycling Desert. Proven Combatant does have a good matchup into Firebrand Archer, so instead we will get to lay down the beat with our Burning Fist Minotaur. This is another good mana sink, so we actually have pretty good ways to use our mana. Sure. Not sure why opponent did that. But yeah, this is one. Pack 1, pick 1. Pack 2, pick 1. Really good cards. Wasteland Scorpion. So we can just kill that. I think we'll just attack with Burning Fist. Play Sand Strangler. Get that extra pressure on the board. Okay, Striped Riverwinder has entered the graveyard. It has entered the graveyard. Confirmed. What's it gonna be? Well, that card is disgustingly good. Oh my god. That's vile. Well, we do have an answer to it, but it's not pretty. At least they're attacking us pretty heavily. We could have traded there, but I don't think our path to victory lies in that direction. Let's attack like this, then they can hit us back for 3. Burning Fist attack and Burning Fist protect. I guess we could have held back the Archer as well. Well, opponent's deck is messed up. Not really seeing how I'm supposed to win this matchup. They have 2 of the best rares in the set on color, and really not seeing how I'm supposed to win. Probably going to have to try and go underneath them. You pretty much can't kill Glyph Keeper. This was the key to me day 2ing Grand Prix Las Vegas, or one of them. I had a really good deck that day when I first played in a Grand Prix. Okay, Glyph Keeper is attacking. Maybe opens the door to something if we draw Magma Spray. Yikes. That's the only block, okay. Yeah, that's game. Okay, so we know they have a great deck. So let's try to go underneath them. Slitherblade and maybe Decision Paralysis over Granitic Twins. We'll cut a mountain. Honestly, this is just going to be a really hard one. We just can't win the game if we get into a long game with them. They just have high card quality. And this is the type of hand that we can use to beat them. This is why we made the changes that we did. On the play with a fast start, we can definitely get the job done before they land a Glyph Keeper even. We don't have any spells, so we'll save the Firebrand Archer because we'd much rather trade off the Talk Crop Skirmisher because it comes back. I definitely like their deck, though. Their deck seems very good. This card is quite good. We'll let them trade these off. And lets our... I think Kenra Scrapper can just exert every time, ideal in a lot of cases. Okay, this is unfortunate, but... So then we can... Because you want to make sure that you time this so that it exerts on the proper turns. Oh, well, we're screwed. That is not good for us. Normally you'd follow that up with a just big tempo play, but since we have 3 lands, we just can't possibly win. Yeah, this was a massacre. I don't think there was anything we could have done, though. They have a very good deck. So, yeah. Like, if we'd had the Burning Fist Monitor last turn, maybe we could have done something. I don't even think so, though. They still have 6 cards in hand. Bantu's Last Reckoning was a complete massacre for them. Whew. Wow, they're just going off. They are kind of spinning their wheels a little bit, but, I mean, I'm sure they'll find the cards that they need. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it happens. We flooded out. They had Bantu's Last Reckoning to wreck us. Blighted Bat, okay. Oh, yeah, that's game. That is so easily game. Our deck does not have the tools to come back from that. Yup. They have a really good deck, and also our deck drew really badly that game. I mean, it didn't draw badly. We got off to like a 1-2-3 start. I don't want to say that part. But Bantu's Last Reckoning destroyed us, and then we drew 3 lands. And also, we had to kind of go all aggressive because they have Glyph Keeper and Vizier of Many Faces. Yeah, I think this game is over. I just kind of want to concede. I don't think there's a way we win this game. I don't think we can even answer the Blight of that. I guess we could Magma Spray it. They have 5 cards in hand, though. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to scoop this one up and see you in the final round. Let's try to get the 2-1 with this deck. We're keeping. We got our deserts. We got our 2-drop into our 3-drop. And we can even cycle our Desert of the Fervent. Probably just play the Bloodwater Entity for no value if we don't draw anything else to do. Ooh, this card was sweet. The cycling decks were really actually quite cool. Oh my gosh, this card is so good. Why? It's so sad. Ugh. That card is so good. Ugh, it's so good. The thing that made it good was because it had to be targeted by a spell, so you couldn't just, like, ignore it. Wow, this was one of the best cards in the entire set. Just, like, casual, insane curve out. Welcome, Condor. We are currently getting curved out on by fantastic uncommons in a world of Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation. Oh, no. I did. My deck is great. We don't really have any good rares to speak of, and our uncommons are not. We don't have any Banewhip Punishers, but this game, our draw is not cooperating, shall we say. Yep. You got me, opponent. Banewhip Punisher killing something always felt like disgusting. This was like the only uncommon that competed with Sand one. Go, Bloodwater Entity. Be the hero you were always meant to be. Oh, good job, Burning Fist. The Burning Fist of Justice. Of Justice! Let's go. Bring it! What do you got, opponent? What have you got? Haha! First strike. He who strikes first strikes longest. Oh. Horror of the Broken Lands. That card's good. Okay. So we're taking 6 next turn. We're hitting them down to 14, and then we're hitting them for 6, 10, 12, 13. We're 1 off. Oh no, but we can pump. Yeah, we have them dead in 2 turns. Thanks to this Pursue Glory. I think we can do this as long as they don't play like a removal spell, which they're blue-black. They have 2 cards in hand. 6 mana. They could totally do it. But here's hoping for the best. And here's hoping they don't have 3 cyclers. Don't do it. Yes, we're alive. We're alive. Okay. Should be good. So we play this land. We go to combat. Attack. Give this flying. Cast. Yes! Boom! That's the type of victory I'm talking about. We started off so badly that game. Remember when we had 5 lands in hand and they had a Labyrinth Guardian and a Banewhip Punisher and we had like nothing? Or no, maybe we had the Bloodwater Entity. That's why you have to do the math. Get that Pursue Glory in there. Getting that value. Well, I think that was good. So it looks like they're going to be trying to race us potentially. So I think we want to get this Unquenchable Thirst in there. Definitely, because it keeps their thing tapped. And what did we cut? Probably a land, because we're going to be on the draw. I like that plan. I like the plan. The plan is good. We have a good plan. It's another hand that we have to keep, but I don't like it. I don't like it, but I think we have to keep it. 2-drop into 3-drop. That draw is pretty good as well. Just have to hope they don't draw their Banewhip Punisher. Banewhip Punisher. The cycling cards are all just so good. Just loving it. I love it. I like it. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it. You like my cards? Gee, thanks. Just drafted them. Oh my gosh, this card is sick. It's actually kind of good for us to see, though, because if they're spending their turns doing that, they're not developing. Oh, baby. The value. But they're going to get like cards off of this, but we're going to, at the same time, if they start drawing cards, then we're going to... That's when we strike. Strike them hard. Strike them well. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. I love the little tempo curve out stuff that you get to do with this type of deck. They don't currently have a desert to make us discard. I'm just going to use the aerial guide. So I'm not going to attack with Firebrand because Firebrand is going to be taking to the skies. I think they would have blocked because they just need time for their Sunset Pyramid to take over. Ugh. Wretched camel doing wretched camel things. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, the Naga Oracle. Oh, all questions will be answered during the Hour of Revelation. This card was actually pretty solid if you had Embalm synergies or some things like Striped Riverwinder. So they get a Labyrinth Guardian for free, essentially. We have a pretty nice curve out. Oh my gosh, what a rip. Right off the top of the old deck. That's a really good card. Emberhorn Minotaur is just fantastic. Emberhorn into True Heart Twins. We're just playing the Dream aggressive Exert deck. Drawing our card. So they have finally gotten their card back. No, the Bane Whip! The Bane Whip! No! Honestly, they might have been supposed to kill my flyer. Like, there's a non-zero chance. Because, like, how are they racing? I'm hitting them for 6 in the air every turn. Not going to exert, obviously. Use the nose jump. The nose jump, Robbie. Sorry, that's from a cartoon I used to watch. Hello, Set Twitch. We're about to win this game. We're about to win the match, the championship. Actually, it would make us go 2-1, but it still feels like the championship. Okay. I will gladly lose 3 life. Why do you keep killing my non-aerial guide creatures? It makes no sense. Oh my gosh. We're going to get the job done. We're going to exert because that'll hit them for 8, and then our Bloodwater Entity will finish them off. Or our aerial guides, so they have to kill 2 things. So now it's like they're at 2. We have 2 lethal threats. They have 3 cards in hand. And they haven't been able to kill this before, so. No! Well, now exerting feels like a genius move. Thank you, Ecstatic Charge, for the follow. I appreciate it. I don't think the format's rough. I just think the gods are rough. Those 3 cards like kind of made the format tricky. So I think we just replay the True Heart Twins. Because now we have lethal. Like, honestly, other than the gods, there's not like a... I guess... Speaking of rares, my last opponent had Glyph Keeper, Vizier of Many Faces, Bantu's Reckoning. Just dominated me, but... No! They're finding the aggressive tools they need. So they hit me for 5. Maybe I should have just played the Desert of the Fervent. So I could double threat. Oh no. Well. Okay. Oh, the 2 white angel that exerts is insane. Yeah, the one that like does it like it exiles things, right? Yeah. We're playing the Kenra Scrapper because now if they kill the Ifnir Arc guy with this, then we kind of put them in a real bind. So this won't die because it'll get exiled. I think we'll get our flyer. Definitely putting that back on top because it'll give us the prowess trigger we need. We aren't going to give them a double block option. They cycle. This is the big turn. They have 6 mana. They have an extra card in that if they need it, but they pretty much have to kill the Bloodwater entity or... Okay, so they have 6 mana up. So starting things off, we're going to zap this. Get our prowess trigger. There's no reason to attack with the Burning Fist. They just have a free block, and we don't want to have to discard this to keep our Burning Fist alive. I don't think. We're not going to exert this, because if they do have removal, they'll kill this. Okay, a little bit punished, shall we say. Yikes. So the idea was we weren't going to exert this because if they have a removal spell, they'll kill this, and then this thing is still lethal next turn. So imagine there's a card called, it's like Final Glory or something that's like 5 mana, exile a creature. So they exile this, they take the 2 from this, they take the 4 from this, go to 1, and then the next turn I can't finish them off. But this way I would have killed them. It didn't end up working out, but that was the theory. I think we're going to cycle. Look for Kindled Fury. So I should have done that in response if I was going to do that, because then I could have countered this thing. Now any Firebrand Archer trigger is lethal, which is why I'm doing this now. Definitely messed that up. Ugh, it's painful. But we do have a way to kill their flyer, which is what we needed. And we have the eventual out of just like... Okay, so Horror of the Broken Lands, we should be fine. I think we got this. Because I'm assuming that unless they have Essence Scatter. Oh, now we have Essence Scatter. So like, they could Essence Scatter this. But we can kill the Aven Reedstalker. Get the 2-in-1! We may have slightly botched that second to last turn, but that is part of the fun of a complex format. If you did make it all the way till the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag triumphant return, because I'm pretty happy with how we drafted that. We got the sweet blue-red deck. and this was my return to the first format that I ever made content for, so it was a pretty great return for me. That is going to do it for this draft video. Remember that if you enjoyed it, to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel to join our community on YouTube, leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or feedback. Remember, hashtag triumphant return. Be sure to follow me on Twitch if you would like to catch more of my content. Check out the Discord server. It's a community Discord server. Anyone can join. And if you would like to support the channel directly, be sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. That is going to do it for this draft video. I hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for more of my content. You can find it on my channel page. That's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.